And coming up next, after a massive search, still no sign of a man missing at Albany's Gap. Ram raiders hit an ATM at a roadhouse but leave empty-handed. And the Cape to Cape, the mountain bike race, it was fast and tough. Details are coming up after the chase.
This is GWN7 Local News with Noel Brunning and Shauna Willis.
A massive search comes to an end with no sign of a man missing at the Gap in Albany. Police on the hunt for two men over an armed robbery in Bunbury. Another brazen ATM ram raid in the southwest, but the thieves leave empty-handed.
And it's all sunshine and warm temperatures across the state. Your weather details are coming up.
It's now 5:30 and we're live across Western Australia.
Good evening. First tonight, after a massive search for a missing man in Albany over the weekend, there's still no sign of him. Peter Johnson's abandoned car was found at the Gap on Friday afternoon. Police say they've exhausted all options and the search has been suspended.
It's been 3 days since 71-year-old Peter Johnson was reported missing after his car was found abandoned at the Gap, but emergency services have had no luck finding him. Stephanie Hummerston, GWN7 News.
And if you or anyone you know is struggling with mental health issues, you can call that number at Lifeline on 13 11 14. Meanwhile, the search is continuing for a man missing in our wheat belt. 33-year-old Matthew Shane Boyd was last seen around midday on Wednesday. He was travelling with a friend when their car became bogged. They walked in separate directions. The vehicle was found in scrubland near Carlian Nature Reserve near Lake Moore, and his friend was located in farmland near Dowwallinue. Police are asking local farmers and homeowners to inspect sheds and other areas within their properties. Matthew may be without food and water, and anyone who sees him is asked to call police immediately. There's been a frightening armed hold-up in Bunbury. The two men behind it are on the run, but they were captured by security cameras, and police say parents dropping off children at a local school may have seen the robbers.
On the run after stealing cash and scratchies. Police say these two men entered the Kerry Park News Agency just after 8:10 on Friday morning. Anyone who saw the robbers or has dashcam footage of the area is asked to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Tom Marlowe, GWN7 News.
Meanwhile, in Albany, detectives have charged a 41-year-old woman over a robbery at public toilets, the corner of Stirling Terrace and York Street. It's alleged the 41-year-old woman targeted a woman in her 60s who was on crutches, demanding she hand over her handbag. After a struggle, the 41-year-old wrestled the handbag from the victim and fled. It's alleged she threatened another member of the public before leaving the area in a taxi. But police stopped the taxi and arrested the woman. Police are investigating a ram raid as well at the Stratham Downs Roadhouse near Capel. The thieves used a stolen ute to crash through a window into the cafe area of the roadhouse, but they left empty-handed. GWN7 News reporter Tom Marlowe joins us with the details.
Noel, police say a stolen Ford ute taken from Harvey was used to reverse into the roadhouse on Bustle Highway just after 1 o'clock this morning. This video was uploaded to social media platform Snapchat, showing the red ute sitting through the wall, half in and half out of the cafeteria section of the roadhouse. And if you saw the ram raid or have any dashcam footage, police do want to speak to you. Noel?
OK, thanks, Tom. Two people have been flown to Royal Perth Hospital after a serious crash in our Great Southern. Their car rolled over around early yesterday morning in Westwood near Katanning. 5 people were in the vehicle, 2 were badly hurt. One sustained suspected spinal injuries and another bleeding on the brain. Meanwhile, in Walpole yesterday afternoon, a cyclist fell on the Mundabindi Trail, broke a couple of ribs and an elbow. The man had a personal location beacon on him, so emergency services knew exactly where he was. He was taken to the Albany Health Campus. Plenty of sunshine about the state today. Here's Shauna with your weather.
Yeah, thanks, Noel. Extreme fire dangers to our north today. A broad trough near the Kimberley and the Pilbara coastline you can see through here, pushing those temperatures well up into the 40s. A deep trough to the southeast. Otherwise, otherwise it was all clear skies and moderate to fresh winds as a high builds to that southwest. Fitzroy Crossing, one of our 3 hotspots today, reaching 43 degrees, 41 there for Derby and Broome. Port Hedland reached 40 and it was 39 for both Onslow and Exmouth. 26 for Carnarvon at 1 p.m. Geraldton had an overnight low of 13 before a top of 25. And along with the rather fresh westerlies, very warm for the Goldfields, 38 the top there in Leinster. Kalgoorlie got to 35. Sunny and dry further south of that, 20 for Bunbury, while Albany had a nice warm top of 24 at 20 to 1. 8 degrees was the coolest it reached overnight. That was at Bustleton and Witchcliffe, and Esperance had a maximum today of 21 degrees. Rainfall till 9 this morning coming out of that deep inland trough. We had 7 millimetres. That was at Carnegie in the interior. 5 mils recorded at Laverton Airport. Otherwise, the recordings were mostly traces, and we've had no rain since then. On our weather wall, a big thanks to Class 1 at Rora Community School, and it's been a very warm day at Strelly Community School. Hello to Tanara, Daniela and Gurrindal. And still plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. Your weather forecast is coming up.
Okay, thanks, Shauna. Head after the break. The results are in for the local government elections and the turnout was low. WA could be on the cusp of a new oil and gas boom.
Stay in touch 24/7 at GWN7.com.au.
WA could be on the cusp of another boom, with a survey revealing there could be billions of barrels of shale oil and massive quantities of gas under the Canning Basin in the state's north. If the survey estimates are confirmed, it could mean thousands of new jobs.
The future looks bright for WA's oil and gas sector after a seismic survey showed new mineral, energy and groundwater potential in the Canning Basin area.
There's been another drop in the number of people voting in the local government elections. This year's came to an end at the weekend with the number of voters dropping below 30%. The results saw a number of familiar faces return to the mayoral elections and plenty of new faces amongst the councillors.
Another round of local elections have come and gone. In our regional towns, most things stayed the same. Shane Van Stein has been given another term as the Mayor of the City of Greater Geraldton.
First and foremost, thank you for the support, and I'll continue to use all of my efforts in delivering a financially sustainable council for the benefit of everybody.
Coming up next in sport, Bunbury boxer Nathaniel Cheeky May gears up for his next big fight. And all the results from the Cape to Cape mountain bike race.
Tonight's Sport, brought to you by Chicken Treat's new Tempter Sriracha Burger range. Chili, but not silly.
Bunbury boxing star Nathaniel Cheeky May is counting down the weeks until his next big fight. The 24-year-old will face up against Tanzanian boxer Bruno Tarimo for a super featherweight title in Sydney this December.
He's Bunbury's hard-hitting boxer and soon he'll be jumping into the ring for his next big fight.
The iconic Cape to Cape mountain bike race finished yesterday. After more than 200 kilometres of tough terrain riding, the teams crossed the finish line in Margaret River, where Brendan Johnston and John Odoms took home the overall men's pairs title.
It was one of the toughest and fastest rides in the history of the Cape to Cape, with competitors taking it to the limit to get over the line in first place.
There we go, that's sport. Shauna Willis is back next with a look at tomorrow's weather. And then ahead in 7 News, a bombshell development in the Claremont serial killings. We break down what's happened.
Good evening, everyone. Now, it is a warm few days ahead for much of the state. A broad trough sitting over the tropics, showers and thunderstorms for parts of the Kimberley, the Pilbara and the Gascoyne into areas of the Eucalyptus through here. That'll be mainly through tomorrow afternoon. Much of WA is expecting sunshine, but there is the chance of some light showers over areas southwest of a line from Bunbury down through to Bremer Bay. Then ahead to Wednesday, we're looking at similar conditions with more late thunderstorms to the Kimberley, pushing down into the interior. Clear skies for western districts, but some moderate to fresh southerlies, and a very weak front may bring some showers over areas sitting southwest of a line from Perth through here again to that Bremer Bay area. A new high pressure system then develops along that south coast on Thursday. We may have some lingering showers to that coastline. Some late seasonal storms to the Kimberley, and in between it's all clear skies. Friday sees more of those sundry showers up towards our tropics, but again it is all sunshine for most of WA. Just some possible showers near the south coast between Windy Harbour and Bremer Bay. It is all heat for our north tomorrow. 42 forecast for Wyndham, Kununurra there 41. A severe fire danger for the Kimberley inland. It's 36 for Broome, reaching 41 in Port Hedland. Possible storm, and 35 is the top there for Tom Price. 27 and sunshine for Carnarvon, a windy 26 in Denham, and all clear skies right through the central west for Geraldton. 25, 30 is the top here for Moore, and lots of sunshine and mostly sunny to the southwest. 23 for Bunbury and Busselton. There is a chance of an early shower. 22 in Albany, a warm 28 the top for Wagen. Skies will be clearing right through the Wheatbelt. Northern 31 and 33 in Southern Cross. Dry skies to the southeast. 29 in Lake Grace for Esperance, 21 degrees, and another warm day ahead for the Goldfields. Kalgoorlie 33, but reaching 37 for Leonora and for Leinster. Now, fresh conditions for waters off our north coast tomorrow. We're looking at southerlies to 25 knots. That'll be off both Ningaloo and Gascoyne coasts. A swell picking up to 4 metres off the west coast, with strengths reaching from 10 to about 20 knots. And for southern waters tomorrow, moderate fresh conditions with northwesterlies reaching up to around about 20 knots there off the Albany coast. Now, there is plenty of sunshine to our eastern capitals tomorrow. We've got 25 forecast in Brisbane, a nice warm 29 for Adelaide, and reaching 26 degrees in Perth. Good night.
Thank you, Shauna. That is GWN7 News, Sport and Weather for now. We're back later with updates. For news at any time, head to our website or join the conversation on social media. 7 News from Perth is next. From our team here, good night, Western Australia.